All right, my man. State your name.
Hey, how
Let
you
them
doing?
know you on Nickavelli TV.
Yes, sir. My name is Raymond. I'm glad to be on Nickavelli TV. I've been a Knicks fan since the Knicks last won the championship in 1973.
Damn, 73.
Yes, that was a long time ago. It's time for the Knicks to bring one home right now.
Okay. Now, who was your favorite player at the time?
At my time, in my day, it was Walt Frazier, Willis Reed, Dick Barnett, Dave DeBusschere, Bill Bradley.
Oh man,
Earl Monroe.
we gonna have fun. I see
Yeah,
you know
they
you
was a championship team, man.
You knowing your names. You
Yes,
knowing
sir.
the names, man. Now, let's start off with Clyde.
Clyde, that's
Would
right.
you say he was the best point guard the Knicks ever had, man?
I'm gonna tell you about Clyde. Clyde's game was so superb. Clyde was a finesse player, and he carried the Knicks. Him and Earl, Willis Reed, Barnett, Bradley, DeBusschere.
Yeah.
I remember they played Phil Chenier, clipped Clyde, and Clyde came down and cracked him 30-something points. He got him back in the basket. That's how his game was. He know how to hurt you on the court, man. By
Clyde.
putting that ball in the basket.
Now,
Ain't gonna never be a point guard like Clyde for the Knicks.
have you ever seen one that came close? That played for the New York Knicks. I'm gonna name some guards now.
They had
We
a
have-
lot of guards, but
we
they
got
ain't gonna
Rob
never
Strick-
be one Clyde.
We got Rob
You had
Strickland.
You had a few players.
Marbury.
You had Marbury. You had Steph. You had other. You had ballers. The Knicks always had ballers, but Clyde is from a different generation of ballers. You know what I'm saying? I'm from a different generation of ballers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Back in the 70s, and then generations after that, 80s, 90s, and what you have now is they don't have the same kind of ballers they had back then. You know what I'm saying? It's a different breed.
Okay.
You know, when Monroe and them came, they battled, man.
Now
They
talk
used
to me
battle.
about the wars between Earl the Pearl and Clyde.
Pearl was like a showman. You know what I'm saying? Clyde was a finesse. You know what I'm saying? And you put both of them together, you know, that's what the Knick backcourt was about.
Yeah, I heard it was
know?
called the Ross backcourt.
Yeah, that's what the Knick backcourt.
Yeah.
It was fierce, man.
I also heard that Clyde used to have nightmares. Yeah, he was so happy
Yeah.
when Earl the Pearl came to the
Yeah.
Knicks. He said, I used to have nightmares about that brother when I had
Yeah.
to play against him.
They were ballers, man. It was a different breed of ballers. I came up wanting to emulate those ball players, you know? And I try to follow the Julius Irvins, the Connie Hawkins, the Clydes, all the dominant ball players from that era.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Coming up, I went to school, high school, specifically for athletics,
Okay.
track and field and basketball.
Okay.
Power Memorial, St. Raymond's.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
We're going to get into that. Talk to me
Yeah.
about Dick Barnett.
Dick Barnett,
Yeah.
he was the backbone. Him and Dave DeBusschere, they was the backbone off the boards.
Yeah.
And Willis Reed, yo, the dominant power center. It was a different breed of ball players, you know?
Yeah. Now, when you talk about Willis Reed,
Yes, sir.
the championship that they won against Will Chamberlain and the Lakers,
Right.
he scored only 4 points.
4 points. He came out, his knees was messed up. And he came out, and they made a play inside. He made a turnaround jump shot, came back, made another play inside, and they took him out the game. He only scored 4 points. But he was a pivotal factor in the start of that game. It gave them the inspiration because they didn't expect him to play in that championship game. And that motivated them. You know what I'm saying? He gave them that catalyst, even though he was hurt.
Do you think he was worthy of that MVP, even though he only had 4 points?
Yes. He was the man of the team. He was the captain of the team. He dominated the whole entire season up until his knees got hurt. You know what I'm saying? And he still came out and scored those first 4 points. That's all they needed. And from there, they just soared. And as you notice, the Knicks have not won a championship since that era. You know?
Yeah, the coach was Red Holzman at the time,
Yeah.
right?
Red Holzman is a great coach.
Do you think he's the best coach the Knicks ever had?
He won championships. Has anybody won any championships since then?
Okay.
That speaks for itself.
Okay. Because some say the coach is only good as the players,
Exactly.
and the players only good as the coach.
Exactly.
So you know.
They had a good chemistry. You know what I'm saying?
All
Red
right.
Holzman was a coach who coached them to be premier ball players, to be championship contenders, to win championships. That mentality is not there. You know, they got great ball players, but just can't get that chemistry between the coach and the players to take them to the next level of championship.
And
You
which
see how Phil Jackson,
I was about to ask you
you
about
see
Phil
how Phil
Jackson.
Jackson,
Now,
he learned, and then he went and he became a dominant coach. And the teams he coaches won championships.
now, when Phil Jackson was on the Knicks,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know that, by the way.
Exactly.
Was he a force to reckon with, or was he like a fill-in?
Phil was a good player, but he's a better coach because he understood the game, the mentality of the game, and what it takes to win championships. And that's what he learned from the Knicks. And he took that and he built his career. And now look, all the championships he won with the great players he had around him as a player and coach relationship. You know what I'm saying?
So would it be fair to say that Phil Jackson got his knowledge of the game from Red Holzman?
Yes, definitely. Who else taught him that? Where did he learn that? He was he wasn't a dominant Knick player, but he had the basketball knowledge to know how to coach. So he had to acquire that knowledge from Red Holzman because he was around those type of mentalities of the people who knew the game as far as coaching perspective. And he took that as a player and he advanced to be one of the dominant coaches in the franchise history. You know?
Okay.
How many championships he won? Look at the players he had around him.
Okay.
He wasn't a player like you say, he's a dominant player, he's going to be a great coach. You know what I'm saying? His coaching ability was greater than his playing at his time. You know, he was a good player, but he's better of a coach. His mentality is great for basketball. That's why he's won a lot of championships.
Okay. Now I want to go back to Earl the Pearl Monroe.
Right. I remember Earl Pearl played in a big park when I was a kid.
Yeah?
Tournaments over there, yeah.
How was his game then?
Just like Earl of Pearl. This is, you know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm going to mention another player
Yeah.
that's in the NBA currently. No other than Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Some say Kyrie Irving emulates Earl the Pearl.
Okay.
Especially the spin move.
Right.
Would you say Kyrie do it just as good as Earl the Pearl, or Earl the Pearl is in a class by himself? If Earl the Pearl and Kyrie Irving was the same age, put it this way, Earl the Pearl is where Clyde Frazier is at. He's playing against. Kyrie is where Clyde Frazier would be at, playing against Earl the Pearl. Who would
Right.
win that?
I think
Same move.
In their primes.
Yeah, in their
you know,
primes.
In their primes, it's different generations, and Kyrie Irving's a great player. Earl of Pearl's a great player, but you can't compare them. You know what I'm saying? It's two different athletes. It's like
But they both got that signature spin
yeah,
move.
exactly. But Kyrie could be emulating Earl. He can still have that move. It could be a natural ability to play ball. You know, that natural gift that they got. But I wouldn't compare to who would be the best or in their prime, or you know what I'm saying, or who. They ballers, man. You know, it's different generations. You know, I
Okay.
would like to see Kyrie excel where he's at now, and with Durant and the Nets and win championships.
Man, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
Yeah,
I respect them as ball players.
yeah.
I don't respect the move they made. I
Yeah,
wish
yeah.
that Kyrie and Kevin Durant would have came.
I wanted them
To
to
the
come
Knicks.
to the Knicks. Yeah,
But now-
that was the front office business. That was business. I don't think that was their decision.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned
I
that.
don't think that. I think that was a business move.
Because
for
you
the
know
front office.
the Knicks is known, right, in the
Yeah.
past. A lot of New Yorkers is upset.
Yeah.
They said we've been throwing unnecessary money away since your boy Allen Houston,
Right.
okay? It's also said that the Knicks organizations was known for signing has-been players.
Right.
Players who had a name at one time,
Right.
but they fell off the map due to injuries.
Right.
You still feel that way about Kevin Durant when he got a torn Achilles? You think the Knicks should have thrown away money to Kevin Durant when you don't know how he's going to come back? Talk to me.
If you got a player with the level of athleticism as a Kevin Durant, like right now they let him sit out for a year. He's going to heal. Your body's going to heal over a period of time. His injury is not going to affect his ability to play. He's a dominant ball player in this generation of ballers. So by the time he heals, you're even not going to know he's had that injury when he gets 100% recovery.
How many players you know recovered from a torn Achilles besides Dominique Wilkins?
Not many, but I believe he'll recover from that. But it's not going to affect his ability to play because he's a superior athlete. You know what I'm saying? And his body is conditioned to the point where it'll heal itself after a period of time. But if he comes back too soon to re-injure that injury, then it might, linger on to take a longer time to recover.
Okay,
and heal.
Fair enough. Some say that Kevin Durant also didn't come to the Knicks because he can't handle the New York Knicks media as far as fans.
I don't believe that. I believe it had to do with the business end of that. You know what I'm saying? I think the Nets put up more money. The Knicks could have got them because they had the finances.
Yeah,
they
but
just didn't make the right moves.
But once again, I just asked you.
I don't think it's about the media. He's a big time player, so the big time media is what he needs. What he would want. For the big marketing teams, Knicks, LA. The Nets right across the bridge. So
Yeah, but
that's a new franchise they're building.
why is it so hard for players to come to New York and do their thing? But yet, when they come and play against us, they have an awesome game.
Yeah.
Explain to me.
It
Is it
happens-
because the pressure's off them?
I
That
don't know,
they're
I
able to
don't know.
shine like that?
I can't really speak on it as far as their point of view, but how I see it, it's like a lot of players come to New York and they play ball, and then they leave New York, and wherever they go, they be a more dominant player. You know what I'm saying? A lot of players in New York get established in New York, but then go someplace else and be the man on that team. And they carry teams, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's probably within the structure of the coaching, the staff, the management, administration, whatever's going on there.
All right.
'Cause
Now-
I've seen that happen with a lot of players,
Okay.
you
Now,
know?
we're going to get on Marbury.
Okay.
Was you a fan of Marbury game?
Yeah, back in the day, yeah, Marbury's good.
Talk to me about this game, man.
He was good. He was a dominant player. They had a lot of good ball players back coming up out the Knicks.
Yeah?
But none would be like the championship Knicks. You know what I'm
Nothing.
saying? Because ain't nobody won a championship since then. When the last time Knicks won a championship? I hope these crews that they got now, eventually they get the right staff, the coaches and the players to win the championship, bring championship back to New York.
All right.
That's what I thought when Durant, had the opportunity to come to New York.
Okay.
If they would have came to New York, I think the Knicks would have won
Okay.
in the next couple of years.
Talk to me about a player who created the dunk. The dunk. No other than my man, John Starks.
Okay, Starks got ups. Starks got ups.
You like this game?
Yeah, Starks got ups.
I know you was
That
upset.
memorable dunk when he came around the baseline and slammed.
Now for the record, who did he dunk on?
Let me see if I remember. I'm trying to picture that in my mind.
I'll help you.
Wasn't Jordan?
You say it was or it wasn't?
Was it Jordan?
Some say Jordan was there. Jordan was there. Jordan, Horace Grant.
Jordan, who was coming down the lane? I'm trying to remember that play. You would have to check out the replay. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but
But I was gonna ask you, in my opinion,
Yeah,
he dunked on Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
Horace Grant.
yeah.
But
It-
if
it
you
was
ask,
coming, I think it was coming down the right side, and he came up to the left, and he swung across, and he caught him.
yeah,
Yeah, he was right in between them, if I remember correctly.
to this day, you got Michael Jordan haters that say, "Oh, Mike wasn't there. He
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
under the." But if you look at the poster, you clearly
You
see
the
him.
poster, yeah. You can see the picture in the highlight if you go back to the game. You know what I'm
You
saying?
can
You
clearly
go back
see
on
it.
the games and see it.
My man John Starks went from packing bags to the New York Knicks, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the story of Starks. Now
Yeah.
I'm just in love with that, man. Was you disappointed in John Starks 3 for 18 when we played against the Houston Rockets, man?
Sometimes a player could be dominant in one game and the next game they get shut down. You know what I'm saying? They just be out of sync. You know what I'm saying? So
Because a lot of players,
that happens, man.
a lot of people was upset
Yeah, yeah.
that Pat Riley didn't sit John Starks out
Yeah.
and put in no other Orlando Blackman
Yeah.
who was sitting on the bench. You think that would have been a good?
That was the coach's decision. He's going with his star player. Because if you go with your star player, you can make 2 or 3 plays and then get out that funk you in, and then all of a sudden you might run off 10, 20 points right quick. So I guess you expecting him to snap out of it, and he never snapped out of it. You know, he's in a slump. He was in a bad shooting slump. You know.
All right.
And he let him stay in the game so he get back in his rhythm. He just never got back into his rhythm. That's how I see it.
Okay. Patrick Ewing.
Yeah.
The beloved center.
Yeah.
Carried the Knicks on his back.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go over to the to the finger roll instead of the slam dunk.
Talk to me.
That was a bad play. You know what I'm saying? He went to make a move to the plate, and he made a finger roll instead of slam dunk.
Some say that he's the reason why he did the finger roll when we played against Indiana, is because his hamstring, like he had a sore hamstring and he couldn't dunk.
Yeah.
Others say no excuse, man. You have to do what you got to do. What's your intake?
I think he should have dunked it personally, because he was above the rim. He was dominant center. He didn't have to do the finger roll. He finessed it instead of going to slam it. You know what I'm saying? And he missed the shot. It happens. You know? It's part of the game, you know? You make some, you make some. But that particular shot, it hurt. Because it should have went in, you know? But it didn't.
Now, do you put that on Pat Riley? Which
No.
Pat gets the blame? Pat Riley or Patrick Ewing?
Who was shooting the ball, Pat Riley or Patrick Ewing? You can't blame the coach for what the player's doing on the court if he misses a shot. If he would have made it, he'd have been a hero. Who would have been the hero, Pat Riley or Patrick Ewing? Both of them.
Both.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, now we're going to get to the meat, man.
All right.
I see you got a Knick vets.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen nobody with this shit, man.
Yeah.
Let me show that off, man. Let me see that.
Knick vest. This is a Knick vest I got some years ago.
Okay.
And
now, how did you acquire that?
it was a gift given to me.
Who gave it to you?
I really don't remember right now, but
How you get a gift and you don't remember the gift, man?
because someone gave it to me on the strength that they know I was a baller and they don't know I was always a Knicks fan, and they said, "Yo, I got something for you."
Okay.
And they presented it to me some years ago, and I've had it ever since.
Okay.
You know.
Now talk to me about your history concerning the Knicks.
Excuse me.
Talk to me about your history concerning the Knicks that a lot of people don't know.
My history concerning the Knicks.
Yeah.
I wanted to play for the Knicks,
Okay.
but I wound up getting a knee injury. I got hit by a car in my prime. I used to run track and play basketball.
Okay.
I went to parochial school, St. Thomas, Power Memorial, St. Raymond's, Fordham, trying to play ball.
So you had an
I never made it.
opportunity to play for the Knicks.
Yeah, I had not an opportunity to play for the Knicks, but I had an opportunity to get scholarships, to go to school, to get the opportunity to try to go pro. But I never finished my collegiate career as far as ball. Back in the day, you had to do 4 years of college, high school, and then try out to get drafted. If you were good enough, they would come and give you opportunity. Generations past, they snatch the kids out of high school because of your dominance of your game. Back in the day, it was different.
Okay.
So I didn't go the complete route.
Okay. And
You're
you
supposed
and
to,
you
you
also
know.
got family members that
Yeah, I had a nephew who had an opportunity. He was in the Knicks camps. He played at North Carolina State, Midland State. They wrote a book about him called Personal Files, the story about Jim Valvano,
and what's his name?
Tavian.
Tavian?
Yeah, which is
Okay.
a pretty good a book to read. You know, matter of fact, I happen to have a copy of it here. This is his book here. It's Personal Files.
Personal Files.
Yeah.
And that book is about
It's about North Carolina State, the broken promises and shattered dreams of big money basketball.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? This is like about stories about the collegiate ball players. Some of them turned pro, and some of them didn't make it. And it's a good book to read. It
Okay.
tells you a lot about the ins and outs
All right.
of collegiate ball as far as opportunities for collegiate players to make it pro.
Okay. Now I want to talk to you about street basketball, man.
Yeah.
As a kid, you grew up in Harlem.
Yes, sir. This is one of my basketball courts we played on, the Kingdom.
All right, let me
which
turn
is right
around.
here.
We at the Kingdom, y'all.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
had tournaments at the Kingdom, and of course, over there was a square,
All right.
the cage over there, and the big park was on the other side of the project.
Okay.
You know.
Now,
So
concerning
these were the main 3 ball courts that we played. This was like our NBA right here for the hood.
word in the street is that you played against the great street legend, Joe Hammond.
Yeah, Joe. Joe was a ball player, man. Joe is a different era of ball players. Joe come in the fourth quarter, and third quarter, second half, and score 40, 50, 60 points. Like it ain't nothing, you know?
You've seen it with your own eyes.
Joe's a dominant player, yes sir. Yes sir, many times.
Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Joe Hammond had an opportunity to play for the Knicks too.
Yeah, yeah.
If he would have played for the Knicks.
But he was in the street life, you know what I'm saying? And the street life had him more involved in what he was doing at that particular time. Because everything was different back then than it is now.
So
You know
if,
what I'm saying?
let's
But he-
rewind the clock. If Joe Hammond had the opportunity, if he would have said yes and would have said no to the street life,
Right.
he would have had a Knicks championship too, ring.
More than likely, yes. More than likely. If he'd have went pro, yeah.
Okay,
He'd have brought a team to the championship.
okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, did you witness the game where it was Joe Hammond playing against Earl the Pearl?
No, I didn't see that game.
I heard he bust Earl the Pearl's ass.
Yeah, I heard too.
It's hard for me to
Yeah.
imagine this.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to, not to say that he couldn't been able
Yo,
to
that was
play.
a different time of ball players, man. I'm telling you, you had a lot of legend ball players that didn't make it pros, that would crack a lot of pro ball players just because of their game. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of street ball players that should have made pro, you know, that didn't.
Was you around when they said Joe Hammond scored 70 points on no other than Dr. J, Julius Erving?
Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't see that game, but I heard them go at it. They battled. Yeah, they battled. Julius Erving was in the class by himself. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to emulate the doctor. Everybody wanted to be the doctor. You know what I'm saying? Before the doctor, it was Connie Hawkins. You know? You got a lot of ball players, man, coming in different eras back in the 70s.
Okay.
It's different.
Okay. Okay. Now I want to go back to what we was talking
All
about
right, cut this
previously.
for a minute.
My man Carmelo Anthony, man.
Give me 5.
Go ahead.
Cut it for a minute.
Nah, hold up. Before we cut,
Yeah,
my man Carmelo Anthony.
yeah.
Do you think he's gonna find a home, a team
Carmelo?
to play for?
Eventually he will. Somebody will pick him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Do you like
I don't,
his game?
I don't see why they don't pick him up. Somebody won't pick him up.
Did you like his game?
Of course. Of course Carmelo was great.
What do you say to those who say he's a ball hog?
I don't think he's a ball hog. He's the man, he's the go-to guy. And when you go to your go-to guy, you go to him. You don't get mad when you go to him and he doesn't produce the results that you want him to produce. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden now he's not good anymore. When he's doing it right and he was a good ball player, then he was that man. So give him the opportunity to continue to be the ball player that he's capable of being. That's how I see it.
And last but not least, man,
Yeah.
we're gonna close the curtain with this.
Okay.
Kris Porzingis.
Yeah,
He was on the Knicks.
yeah,
He demanded a trade.
yeah. I think he should have stayed with the Knicks. He should have stayed with the Knicks because he was new life for the Knicks. They
Yeah.
could have built a team around him. Yeah.
So you think it's his loss? Do
I
you
don't think he should have actually be traded.
And he went to no other than the Dallas Mavs.
Exactly.
Do you think he's gonna regret that move this coming season?
We'll see what happens. We'll see how it plays out. But I think if he would have stayed, they would have built a team around him. The Knicks would have had a chance to possibly contend.
Now, Clyde
Try to
Frazier
get
said,
a
"Don't give him the."
championship.
He bounced because he didn't get the $10 million.
Exactly.
But Clyde, your man, your boy, said, "Don't give him that money until you know how he's gonna come back from that injury." You
Exactly.
agree?
I don't know. You can't base somebody's physical recovery and the finances involved in obtaining them to play together. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Some athletes recover, some athletes don't. The money's going to be there regardless. You know, but I think it would have been worth it if he recovers and they bring the championship. All that money's going to come back. But you got to think about his health first. The athlete got to be healthy in order to perform.
All right, my man.
That's it.
And with that being said, man, I want to
Yeah.
thank the OG for coming
Thank you.
on Nicovelli TV.
Yo, thanks for giving me the opportunity to speak out. I wish it had been different for me and I didn't have my injury and I would have had opportunity to continue. And any young ball players out there that want an opportunity to, I advise them to go to college and play. You know what I'm saying? And then put it in. And you get a better opportunity to develop your skills. You know? Good luck to a lot of ball players out there. And I hope the Knicks finally get the opportunity to get the caliber ball players to win a championship and bring championship back home to New York.
And that's what it is. We
Peace.
out. Peace.
We